Okay, so we finally finished this chicken coop. Took me a little over a week. Actually, yeah, just a little over a week to do. It's quite sturdy. I think the grand total, cost us about $250, $300. But a chicken coop the same size will cost just a little over $1,000. So here's the nice door here. Got some nice hardware. Painted all the hardware, so it's not going to rust. And I made a really nice ladder out of some spare wood that we had in the backyard. Kind of gives a nice rustic look. Don't mind all the wires and everything. That'll be all gone here soon. And then give you a little view of this side. Then I'll get into the details here in a second. We stained this. That's some barn siding right there. Here's a nice pic of the video of the roof. It doesn't have a big slant, but it has a big enough slant that the water will drain down it. And there's the window that I built on the side there. The nesting boxes. There's some spare scrap wood there. And then they have the little privacy sections here. And as you can see, Anna painted it white so that way you can make it look even brighter in there. So we've got the half-inch hardware cloth on here, which is nice. We only had to pay fully. Actually, we didn't pay for any of it. We had a gift card, and we were able to get a lot of stuff from Home Depot, or Lowe's, I should say. So this is the part that I'm most proud of. This is the circulating, self-filling, self-defrosting water system. There aren't any bowls in there yet. The bowls are coming on Friday, but they're going to go on that pipe. That's an 1.5-inch pipe. And then I have I actually have to fully glue it down and everything because it's leaking. Of course, you can kind of see some of the water in there. But I've got some 1/2-inch pipe going into both sides. And then inside the 5-gallon bucket, I have the pond pump. Pond pump's then circulating it into this 1.5-inch pipe, and then the pipe is then returning it, but it's not returning it into the bucket. It's going up through this 1.5-inch pipe to a 90, another 90, along here to a reducer. It's a 1.5 to 2-inch reducer, and we have a gutter system up here. And so this gutter system will then help fill our water system. Now that, as you can tell, that is actually the drain to a shower. We were trying to find something that can easily hook up to the pipe work without looking junky, and able to go right to a PVC pipe. And I was able to get this, which was 3 inches, cut 3/4 of an inch off of both sides right there, cut it off, and it fit in there perfectly. It's screwed right up in the top there, and I silicone that all down there. It's nice and watertight. Now, as you can see, I have a pipe coming up out of here, and you're probably wondering why I have the pipe coming out of here. Well, because this is going to be not only our water rain catch system, but this is how we're going to actually fill the water. I don't want to have to keep adding pipes and through the screen and everything. I want to be able to make it nice and simplistic, and the less that I have to buy, the better. So what I did was I ran this pipe, and you can kind of see the water over here. This water is trickling out over here. So I have a it's a 1/2-inch pipe, and this 1/2-inch pipe is just kind of jammed right into the end of that. Let's see, right in the end of that 1/2-inch pipe. And so what it's doing is it's running it the whole length of the way, and then circulating the water back down the gutter, back into the system, back into the collection reservoir. Now the reason I did this is you're probably wondering why I didn't just hook up the gutter to the bucket and just call it a day. Well, because this is our only way to fill the water in the summer and in the wintertime. In the wintertime, just like anything else, this is gonna end up trying to freeze. And I don't want my gutter and my sole way to fill the water system to freeze over. So by circulating the water that's going to be heated, it's going through this pipe right here that will be at least above freezing with the heated water. In here, it will then semi-warm this pipe a little bit, and then that way it'll hopefully, in theory, keep this whole gutter semi-defrosted. If it doesn't keep the whole thing defrosted, it's okay. As long as it keeps this defrosted, as long as it keeps my whole area here, then I'm fine. And then by having the water run up this way, going in the gutter and then running back down, the water should still be above freezing, and it should at least keep the water pipe de-thawed. So then we go over here. And we got the nice little nesting box that, or the little nesting, whatever those are called, ladder that Anna built. And the floor, and then the nesting box is here. And then I have to craft that box down there. You can see that little framed square. And that's actually for the pipe, the feeder that I built. So I just went ahead and took took a inch and a half, or not inch and a half, I'm sorry, 1 inch hole bit, and I just cut those out so they have 6 little holes, put a little cap at the end, and then this here is going to then sit into this 90. The problem is I need to be able to reduce and keep the feed from not going above this point, so I ended up putting a piece of foam in here that I had sitting around with some of that spray glue. And it's sitting pretty nicely, and then it'll sit right in there, and then that way we can feed it, and Anna can just pour the food in from the top here, from this reducer, so that way it's easier for her. Now there's one other thing I gotta show you, but first I gotta turn off this, because I don't want this to go all over the floor. The whole system can actually hold about 8 gallons of water, which is nice. You can kind of hear it gurgling there. I got one more thing I'm going to show you here, if it's on the thing right. I have got my camera out there. There's Anna out in the garage. Make a chicken noise! Make a chicken noise! And that's the chicken coop.